Not discuss at this time that your boss was making them?
Mari, can you say again? I couldn't quite.
The comments made by your boss, are they necessary for you at this time of your healing process, considering that you're already having a lot of difficulties and now you are making your internal wranglings even worse than they already are?
What comments are you specifically referring to?
The comment for which we called you up for a conversation, sir. The comments by your boss, Dr. Brian Champon, on Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and his ethnicity.
Well, I mean, to start with, he introduced me as an aide to Dr. Brian Champon. A little correction is I'm actually the spokesperson for the Brian Champon campaign.
Okay, apologies for that.
That's fine. Well, to start with, I don't recall. I mean, and I was actually present at that said meeting, that discussion. I do not recall Dr. Brian Champon making specific references to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's ethnicity. This was a meeting of party executives who are part of the Brian Champon for President campaign, and he spoke for almost an hour and a half, going through his contribution to the party, what he has done as a Minister of State for Interior, National Security, and also as a Minister of Agriculture, and his contribution to the party from when we were in opposition till we gained power in 2017 and thereafter. Now, with reference to what you're talking about, he made reference to the fact that the data suggests that for one reason or the other, there are areas within the country where we performed abysmally, and the result was as a result of some conflict that was happening in those areas. And that he used the fact that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was a victim of circumstances. Now, to even predicate that, this is somebody that has supported Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia extensively from his quest to be the flag bearer of the NPP to when he actually got the flag bearership and was contesting to be president of this country. And that has not been in doubt. And so for anybody to turn around to now say that for him to make reference to a data that is available to everybody, to suggest that that was an exercise in tribal bigotry, is just being disingenuous.
I don't understand. So what? Dr. Brian Champon was reiterating the comments so he would condemn them. Is that why he made the comments he made? Because we heard him, right?
No, but reiterating what comments? And I'm saying that he made the point. I mean, unless of course you listen to something totally different. He made the point that the results as of 2024 suggest that in those areas, our candidates, and even in areas where we had parliamentary candidates, and it's on record. I mean, you can reference Honorable Collins Adumako, who is an MP somewhere in Ashanti region, making reference to the same thing that Dr. Brian Champon has spoken about. Even his own running mates in the 2024 elections asserted to the fact that, well, I mean, this was an individual who came and said that we should vote, and if we vote for him, he would deliver the votes from the Zongo vote, the Northern vote, the Volta votes, and it didn't happen. And we are a political party. And these are people who are contesting to lead the party in the quest to gain power in 2028. So it's making reference to these promises that were made and the bare facts on the ground. I honestly don't see any tribal bigotry in this conversation.
By referencing that very volatile situation in the northeastern part of the country would degenerate matters, don't you think? And that is why people are condemning that. And again, it also goes to suggest that the NPP lost those seats because of his ethnicity. And his aide, who spoke to me a short while ago, has said In '92, you had no seats there at all. Dr. Bawumia was not on the flag. In 2000,
No,
the
but,
same thing happened, and he lists all of that, including 2012 when the whole Upper East went green and all of that. The Kusasi land was green and not blue.
Yeah.
He says that Dr. Bawumia was never the flag bearer all these while. So why are you raising it at this time? And again, even in areas where Dr. Bawumia necessarily doesn't hail from, and you have your own people hailing from, you lost in those seats too, or in those areas too.
No, but you see, Umaru, you see, we don't want to go into a certain banter with our own brothers. I mean, this is an internal contest. And I'm saying that even in this conversation, he prefaced that with the fact that Dr. Bawumia was a victim of circumstances, and that the New Patriotic Party, the political party, the New Patriotic Party, and like every other political party, has a sole aim, a sole motivation. And that sole motivation is to win power. And now, if you want to win 2028, and the issues and the dynamic and the situation on the ground hasn't changed, then it makes sense to change direction and present a candidate that will be able to win us the power come 2028. And that is devoid of any sentiments or emotions. You know, so if you want to, people are indulged in red herrings and trying to ascribe tribal bigotry and all of that. But you see, it doesn't also even make sense, because this is an individual who is on record to have supported Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia extensively. And he has said that, I mean, and I hold a lot of respect for Dr. Bawumia. Dr. Banisabu does same. And these are relationships that we will hold for forever until we leave this earth. You know, so you don't use an internal election like the one that we are having to break these long-standing relationships. And there's absolutely nowhere in the conversation that he had that suggested that mention was being made of his ethnicity, and that the reason why we lost the elections because of that. It is because there's a particular situation, the dynamics. And he made reference to even the NDC. The NDC has a certain MO that they use, where they choose a running mate from the same region consistently and all of that, because they know that inures to their political advantage. And so these are party people, and we have to contextualize this conversation. Right? These are party people who have met, having a conversation, trying to make decisions to go on the ground to now list the attributes of a candidate and what he stands for and what he believes in. And that aspect of the conversation was just a small and minute aspect of the conversation. If people had even taken their time to actually play the entire audio from where he came from and how he actually arrived at that particular narrative, maybe we wouldn't be having this conversation.
But with all the brouhaha surrounding the comments made by your boss, and with hindsight now being your working mate, would you say that Wankanuye and you would possibly apologize and withdraw the comments?
But what is the exact comment? I mean, because I'm struggling to, what is the exact comment? What is it? What in that particular comment connotes tribalism and bigotry? What's the exact comment?
Should I play it?
Yeah, because I mean, if you have the audio, because like I said to you, I was present in that particular meeting. And he made assertion to the fact that this is a fine gentleman who he respects and who is a victim of circumstances. However, for us to be able to move away from the emotions and the sentiments that comes with some of these considerations, if the political party NPP wants to win in 2028, and as far as you're concerned, we don't know that within 3 years those dynamics will change, then it makes sense for us to present him as a candidate to win us those votes.
And reject Dr. Bawumia because you will not get votes from the other ethnic group.
No, but that's what I'm saying, that if you want to use that analogy, right? Going by that analogy, if I come and say to you that if you vote for me, Eric Twum, I will get the vote from here, here, and here, is that not that does not amount to tribalism? I mean, come on. I mean, it's all we are politicians at the end of the day, and this is an internal.
Okay, I played it earlier. I played the audio earlier, but since you are asking that I play it, I think it's only fair that I play it again, perhaps for the benefit of my audience who may not have heard you, and also for perhaps your own use. So if you could just indulge me, I want to just play that now.
Okay, sure.
And in 2024, if you would everyone at least upper west and northern,
You've heard him there, Mr. Twum. So he said that Kufuor has won it, Akufo-Addo has won it, but because this person that you have put in power now, or in holding the flag now, is from one ethnic group, it made you lose from OT all the way up there. Clearly, it's an apparent reference to Kusasi votes versus Mamprisi votes. That's what it is.
Yeah, but well, we are in the business, we are in the political enterprise, we're in the business of winning votes. And you have an individual gunning for these particular votes and asking the party to present him as a candidate to win us that victory. He actually prefaced it, and I don't know if you actually have that portion of the video that suggests that Dr. Bawumia was a victim of circumstances. It has absolutely nothing to do with him. Now, the narrative out there is that he was indulged, he was actually engaged in some tribal bigotry or whatever it is that people are actually talking about. And he has actually come out to clarify that was not what he actually thought to do.
Okay.
Now, if you want to, ascribe bigotry and all sorts of things because of an internal party process, when we finish this process, we are one big family. We are all interrelated. We are connected. We are friends for a very long time. And I would urge some kind of caution in terms of these things, because at the end of the day, we are one political party. And I mean, if you know me very well, I don't even engage in these things when it comes to people from the opposition. So I honestly don't want to go into some kind of banter with anybody. But the reality is that the audio is clear. The conscience of the candidate is very clear. He never sought to engage in any sort of tribal bigotry or whatever it is. All that he spoke about was the data, was the facts on the ground, and the fact that if we present him as a candidate in 2028, the party stands to win in that election.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, Eric Twum. He speaks for the Brian Champong campaign. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 City FM. AJB.